Good. How is it going for you?
Good. This has been so fun.
Is this your second?
My second, yes. Last year I was a Comic-Con virgin, getting more acquainted.
This is my friend, yeah.
How are you enjoying it?
It has been a whirlwind.
It's
been
a whirlwind.
Ton, I mean, there's a ton of people, but I'm like,
Yes.
oh my god. And I did not realize that the San Diego Convention Center went on for like 3 time zones.
Isn't that crazy? It is 3 time zones.
Because I was like at 3,900, and they're like, yeah, it's got at 200. I'm like, wait, are these numerical?
It's insane.
So I was like, I'm gonna have to change my freaking time slot.
Totally. I'm jet lagged just from walking around the floor, and I think that personally, I was terrible in science, but I appreciate those who are, and I think that what's so great about Bernadette, like you said, is that we see that side of her that has that edge that can hang out with that can hang out with Penny and be girly, but then at the same time she's putting on a lab coat and dissecting urine specimens. Not that you dissect a urine specimen, I don't think there's anything to dissect, but an analyze, is that what you mean, urine? Sure. Analyze? I'm going to try and dissect urine. I'm just going to
come back to us.
Next Comic-Con, we should ask Maya. I'm going to ask Maya
okay.
in her days as a lab student if she has dissected urine. Let's stop talking about urine.
How hard was it to learn the mother-in-law's voice?
Mrs. Walowitz's voice is extremely close to my father's voice. Yeah, and which is funny because Bernadette's voice is actually my mother's voice without the Jersey accent, but my dad has a very deep, gravelly voice and shouts everything. He's not angry about anything, he's just shouting, like, turn on the TV, it's very loud. So it's something that I think was always kind of in my head. It's not exact, but I come from a family of shouters, so it's something that kind of felt natural.
The wedding scene, first time you read it in the script, you finally, got to put it together. Was it what you had hoped for the two of them?
It was so much more. I really didn't know where they were, how they were going to do it, how they were going to get married, if they were. And I think it was so special, and I think just so fitting at the show to do a Google satellite editing. I mean, of course, that's how they did it. It's nothing that I had thought of, but I thought it was absolutely brilliant that the writers did that way. And I love that last episode.
What about the dress?
The dress was awesome. Mary Quigley did a great job. The amount of material that they shortened off the bottom of that dress was so. They could have made like 10 other dresses. It was so long. They had to shorten it to my height.
So where do you see Bernadette Wallowitz going from, as far as evolving at this point? Because obviously she's now a very serious part of the show. What would you like to see her?
I'm interested to see where marriage will take them. I think there's a lot more to discover about each other, but I truly believe just because you're married doesn't mean that you know everything there is to know about the person. So I think that up until I think like a couple weeks before the wedding, she didn't even know that he was such a player before her. So I think there's a lot more they could both discover about each other. And I'm also interested to see if the kid thing will come up again, because we found out that Bernadette hates children and Howard wants them. So
sorry, I'm thinking of the clown.
Oh. That was really, really fun to do. So I'm excited to see if they'll do that.
What's the favorite aspect of the character that you get to play?
I think, as you were saying earlier, definitely the fact that she's got this girly side, she's also very smart, but then also there's all these layers of her that we find out little by little of these quirky, kind of edgy stories from her childhood, like her mother was smoking prenatal cigarettes and ran an illegal daycare center in her basement, and then we also kind of find out that she's kind of a wild child in the bedroom, like having dated Rick Fox and stuff, and that she kind of just throws in there that you can, whenever I read the script, I'm like, nice, you're kind of throwing that in the field. It's really cool.
I like that occasionally you say things and it's like, oh, you'd never want to make Bernadette mad.
Yeah, I love her temper. I think a lot of comedy comes from the unexpected, and seeing Bernadette with this relatively low boiling point, I think is pretty
and she talks about things like, I don't remember, I work with germs, or like...
Exactly, just like in urine. Yeah, what was it? I think there was some gonorrhea reference to something that she was working on.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.